All right, lots to see in this frame, right? But we're gonna focus on these minis today, and we will get to this soon, just not in this video. So what we have here are the forthcoming sets from WizKids for Ghosts of Saltmarsh 1, Ghosts of Saltmarsh Set 2, and the Sahuagin Warband. Whether you're running Ghosts of Saltmarsh or not, you'll be interested in these minis by WizKids coming out. These are minis from the Ghosts of Saltmarsh Box 1. This is a really tremendous idea to create these mini packs that have characters from the story so that you can really be a little more immersive by putting down minis that represent the characters in the books. Or you could use them for your own campaign and give them new names, or you could do both, as these minis are very versatile. So let's take a look closer. You know, I just got to dive in first to this Jade Vampiric statue. I think that's what it is. Let's see. Vampiric Jade statue. So while this is a specific piece for that campaign, what a wonderful statue that can be used maybe in your Barovia campaign. You could use this in the town square of some village in the Ravenloft setting, or inside a dungeon or a cavern. It's just a really great piece, a unique piece to have. Then let's go on to some of these others. For example, this guy. It looks like his face is all cut up, and he's Bloody Bjorn, pirate first mate. Now, he's got, I mean, that could also just be like face paint, but I think it's like his face is scarred. Great pirate mini or swashbuckler. Dynamic pose. Could be really good for a player character or an NPC. And here we have Sigurd, the pirate captain. Let's see, Sigurd Snake Eyes, pirate captain. And this is a really good mini, not just for a pirate captain, but for a rogue or a memorable NPC. Not a lot of bald minis, and I like that. I like that visual variety. You hear me say that a lot. This is a great wizard mini. Look, he's performing a feat of arcane power. He's got a stern expression. Who is this character? Riptide Priest. Oh, okay. So I was looking at it as though it was a wizard, which it certainly could be, but you could also use it for what it's intended and be a priest. I think either way, it really works. And again, this is just a really good mini to add to the arsenal, whether you're using them as a player character or an NPC. Here we have Punchetta, a pirate deck wizard. Be a hedge mage, but definitely a deck wizard. Look at with the shabby sea soaked clothing, bare feet, expending magical energy. Paint jobs are great. The clear bases are great. This mini is really a cool mini and different from other minis we've seen. And that's what I like. WizKids keeps putting out minis that are different from what they've done before. Here we have a Qualinith Sergeant. Look how fierce that face is. And he's like covered. There's like a crab on his shoulder, and there's coral on his back. Made a spear that looks like it's made from the pincers of some great underwater behemoth. This is a foe worthy of heroes. What a cool mini. Here we have Sarif, It's a lizard folk. And he's like a lizard folk duelist. He can cross swords with Bloody Bjorn. Again, we haven't seen a lizard folk I mean lizard folk like this before. It's really quite a cool mini. I love that you can pit these two against one another. Here we have the Ghosts of Saltmarsh Box 2 set. And let's look at this Mr. Dory. This looks like, to me, some sort of scarred or undead figure. Could be a revenant. Could be a vampire spawn. Heck, maybe you don't want to use him as an NPC and you want to use him as a player with some facial scars. Or maybe you just paint over his face and start from scratch. It's a great pose. Look at that. It's got cool armor and an excellent rapier. This is another good mini. I love it. Love his outfit. I think I'm going to use him as an NPC, though. Here we have Krell Growl. Looks to me like a half-orc arcanist. He's got a familiar perched on his shoulder, staff in his right hand, and a magical flame burning brightly in his left. I love the translucent nature of the spell effect and the outfit. This is a really good NPC or player character. Really like this one a lot. Don't see a lot of half-orc wizard minis, so this is a really good one. Here is the Scum, S-K-U-M, this tentacled creature. You know, if you were making a campaign or adventure set in Bikini Bottom, this could easily be your favorite cashier, Squidward. Tennis balls? Well, I really like this mini. I could see at low level using this as the primary villain for, you know, a first or second level adventure. Maybe a creature that slithers along the docks, finding victims along the way and terrorizing a town. Here's Thousand Teeth the Devourer. It looks a bit like a sleepy crocodile or alligator. I think the crocodiles have the wide snouts, right? And the alligators have the thin snouts. So I think this is a crocodile. Somebody will let me know in the comments. But this is good. I know that I have players who play druids or wizards who summon creatures, and they summon crocodiles. So it's always good to add some more crocodiles to your horde. Here's Blade Master Mccott. I don't know if I said that right. A Sahuagin. Look at it. Love it. He's swimming through the water. Look at that pose. Look at that pose. He's swimming through the water. I love that. We have not seen that yet for minis, and I think that's really, really cool. Here you have High Priest Fadra. And look at it. Wielding tremendous power, standing ready to face heroes without fear. I mean, it's particularly at, you know, low to mid levels. Sohugan are ideal villains for your seagoing campaign, but that you could even use them at higher levels in great numbers with megalodons and other underwater creatures serving their will. Now we come to Baron Kepmack. Look at this guy. 4 arms, fierce warrior for his people. Hopefully the forces of good can stave off the the wicked Sahuagin invasions along the coastal towns. I know in one of my campaigns, we cut the head off of Sahuagin Baron, and we had it mounted at a tavern we all frequented often. I'm including the Sahuagin Warband in this video because it seems appropriate since you face so many of them in Ghosts of Saltmarsh. Let's get a closer look at these minis. The Sahuagin Champion. Look at that spear. That's pretty deadly looking. Barbed and nasty. These are really nice with the clear bases, so when you put them down on your water map, you can see the water through it. I think that's great. The Sahuagin Blade Master. Wow, look at the detail on that shield. That looks really tremendous. I like that there's variations in the color of the Sahuagin. A little visual variety. It also, as a Dungeon Master, it makes it easy when you're directing your players to move which minis from the other side of the DM screen. I like this one a lot. We have just a regular Sahuagin. Look at that terrifying face. Imagine that coming up over the docks in your village, sleepy little village, your fishing village, and the terror this would inspire. There's actually 2 of these, which is nice. It's nice to have a couple of these kind of commoners. Then we have the Sahuagin High Priestess. Look at that, creating a magical vortex of fire. Look at that, that is pretty cool. Look, you can see the hand through the flame. What a super mini. And last but not least, the Sahuagin Baron. With his 4 arms standing regally. Look at that face. As he's commanding his forces, perhaps astride the back of a great white shark. These are really, really excellent. I love that WizKids is doing these warband sets. So there you have it. Ghosts of Saltmarsh Set 1, Ghosts of Saltmarsh Set 2, and the Sahuagin Warband. One big happy family collection of minis. You can find these at your flagship store when they are released, or you can pre-order them on dndmini.com. That's dndmini.com.